None of you. There's no one watching that would do this. Only this guy. This guy is a fucking monster.
Hello everybody, it's G Hero here. I was recently in Puffalope's new video judging survivor chases, and I thought it'd be fun if I reacted to him reacting to my chase. So here it is.
No, and the quality is good. Oh.
Alright, first things first, he said my quality's good, so dub. You don't see this in this clip, because I wanted to get just the chase for Puff in case he did watch this. I didn't expect him to watch it, first of all. But that teammate that just got hooked, I just taken a hit for them to try and get them off the hook, but they didn't wiggle off. So I'm already starting this chase. The last one alive, I'm already injured, and Springtrap had just come out, so I wasn't super used to looping him at this point. But let's go ahead and just watch this.
This is a doomed chase. What do you guys? Judging doomed chases is so much harder depending on how fast these players got downed. Oh, Poggers is here. This guy was playing with one of my mods.
What Puff is saying is all the other survivors are dead, so either I can just play super safe and kind of inflate the chase time, or, you know, there's just going to be everything left over because of like where I died, right? This is a doom chase. Like, I'm either going to die. There's a good chance I'm going to die. Like, I'm probably not going to find Hatch in this chase, and you don't need to have like a ton of hours in the game to recognize that. So what he's saying is it's kind of hard to judge chases like this on skill level just because of the unique scenario that it's in. Yeah, so right here, I knew he was coming around that side because our teammate had Kindred. And so I waited kind of at a pseudo check spot. At least you can't really check spot there super great because of how Shack is set up, and this is blocked back here too, but I knew he was coming around the corner, so I kind of waited a little longer than I probably should have. I could have ran a little sooner. So right here, I think I did make a mistake. And Puff is about to talk about it. I've watched this once or twice before I started reacting to this. Puff's going to talk about how he's 4.4 when he has the axe. And because I had so much distance, let me see if I can rewind it like 5 seconds. Because I had so much distance right here, instead of going wide to predict the range shot, I should have went straight around the corner, and I think if I hugged that tighter, I would have had a lot more distance to play that, and I probably would have been more inclined to probably not take the win and run around again like Puff's about to say here. Oops.
Nice 4.4 abuse. I would have gone around. When the killer is 4.4, a lot of people think, oh, it's just 5%. The difference is not that big. The difference is gigantic. The difference is humongous. Yeah, a 4.6 killer would be on the door frame by the time you got to the window. So here, instead of going for the window, which gives him the opportunity to hold them too and hit you, which I like that you immediately pumped it though, because you see what he's doing. He's trying to hit the window before the killer even gets the chance to him too. But a higher percentage play would be to go around the shack and then medium vault the window. This is not terrible what he did. This is the second best, I would say, because against M2 killers, you want to just immediately pump the window, or, you know, try to fake it if the killer is too close. But the fact that he immediately pumped it, it tells me that he was trying to finish vaulting the window before the killer even had the chance to M2, which was what happened. I would run around Shack here again.
So what Puff is saying is I should have went around, and because Springtrap is 4.4, I would have forced him to probably commit to me around the side of Shack. I could have medium vaulted the window and just pumped the medium, and then continue to run around and then take my distance because he saw the axe. So I didn't play Shack to its fullest potential here, but what you just saw is him vault the window, and that's also the first time I had seen him vault the window in this game. So I had no idea that he had BAM, because this is my first chase with him all game. So that kind of played a little bit into my decision making, especially because he vaulted it. I didn't realize he had BAM, realized it a little too late, and I just had to pre-drop this pallet, which sucks because I could have played this a lot longer. And this is just a game of chicken right here, and he's going to talk about it, where killers are more likely to go for things like this, and it kind of inflates chase time a little bit, and it doesn't really, you know, equate to being like a real, like, long chase, if that makes sense, because there's little things like this where if the killer was playing normally and there were other survivors, they most likely would have either left when they realized I was at a strong tile, or they would have not gone for these shots and just went for safer stuff.
See, that's the thing about doomed chases. What stops the killer from just sitting there holding him true until 1 hour ends? You know what I mean? Like, what stops the killer from just holding him true at the door frame here? You're just stuck here indefinitely. He doesn't care about the other survivors escaping, they're all dead.
So right here, I made the play to just go ahead and make a break for it, just in case he started breaking the pallet and didn't want to throw the axe. And so I just did a quick flick there at the end. If you can wait to see when the killer is about to throw something and then you flick your camera, you can dodge it. So what I did was I dodged that and I ran outside to see if he was going to break it. But because of the smoke and stuff in the way here, I'm unable to see him start the animation. I probably should have just listened a little better, but it cost me a little bit of distance here. And I'm being like super nitpicky on this chase. And he knows I'm there anyways because of the killer instinct. So I know I have a shit ton of distance here to make main.
Like that he's making distance, not stopping on the nearest pallet. Runs past the pallet because he's 4.4. Also, that pallet is unsafe. I like this. Smart. I would just commit as well. If you attempt to dodge here, you're just giving him a chance to hit you.
And one thing to note earlier, when I was camping that spot on Shack and then started running, I think he mind gamed because I had Iron Will and he wasn't able to hear exactly where I was at on Shack. So he mind gamed himself because he thought I was going to try and play the window or something, or just play the long side. And so he went through, but that allowed me to get extra distance to main. And then with that extra distance, I was able to actually just send it and just go straight here.
Oh, I should have vaulted the window.
So I didn't want to vault the window immediately because I knew this killer had BAM, and I knew the moment I vaulted, he's just going to BAM it. So I decided to do one loop of this because I know you can confidently crouch the axe here. And I was kind of banking on him throwing an axe and missing, and then I was going to vault it because, and you'll see here, he'll vault it as soon as I vaulted to block that. And so I just wanted to use that distance that I had instead of just letting him insta-vault it there. But maybe it would have been better if I just played it, I don't know.
Maybe he didn't know that he actually didn't get the X-Spec. There is a sound cue for when he gets the X-Spec though.
Bruh.
It's kind of a bad spot. Yeah, you just have to dodge.
Yeah, so I just had to dodge there, and I just decided to not look at him, because if you don't look back, then killers aren't expecting you to try and dodge because you're not watching them, if that makes sense. It's kind of weird. It sounds counterintuitive, but I find it works a lot with range killers because they're not expecting you to dodge because they just assume you're going to keep running straight.
Like, this is a bad spot. And the Springtrap recognizes this as well. Springtrap wants you to be here, so you don't want to be here. In this case, he can't really run away. But in the other chases, you guys might see that people were putting themselves in this situation when they didn't have to. That's what I'm telling you guys. If you don't have to put yourselves in this situation where the killer has the upper hand, you don't. That's the lowest percentage point, right? But here, he was forced into this situation, so it's understandable. Now, you have to just hope that he misses.
Yeah, like Puff said, I'm stuck here at this tile. And if the Springtrap had pulled the axe up at a better location, this video would have ended right here, right? If you try and crouch right here, or just wait for them to do something, they're just going to hold the power and go around and hit you when you get to an open location like this. So I need to get out of here as fast as possible.
Oh, this is perfect.
Dude, when I watched this earlier, I was like giggling, kicking my feet, dude. It's like, I watch Puff stuff all the time. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm not even trying to glaze the dude, but his content's really great. Especially stuff lately, like learning from the best and all that. When I was like, oh, the new Watching Your Chases is out. I'm gonna watch that today. I was like, I'll just scrub through and see if I'm in it. And then I was actually in it. And then I got to this part, dude. I was like dead ass, like giggling, kicking my feet, like with joy.
Perfect. Again, the killer has the edge here, clearly. We understood that. So why would you even entertain it? He breaks LOS like a fucking beast, doesn't hesitate, just runs away. This is textbook what you should do in this situation. This is perfect. How many of you would do this instead of just crouching and moving left to right like a dumbass? None of you. There's no one watching that would do this. Only this guy. This guy is a fucking monster.
Bro, when I heard that, I was over the moon, dude. Holy shit. That was fucking crazy. This dude is a fucking monster. Like, I'm gonna set that as my alarm or something to get up in the morning.
This guy is a fucking monster. This guy is a fucking monster.
So one thing he doesn't comment on here, I stop right here and wait to make sure he's committing to me. And so one thing that you can kind of do when you're being chased and you have a good vantage point of a check spot, like think of a 4 lane or like right here. If you're at the end and you can see both sides, you want to wait till the killer is about halfway or so. I don't know the exact distance. It's more of like a feeling of them committing on one side to where they're more likely to continue around and chase you because that's still the shortest distance. But as a survivor, you have to do so and still make a resource. So watch, I'll stand here for a second, check spot, make sure he's not going to go flying off the stage and just hit me. This is what happens. So check spotted, had enough time to make it to the hatch, not the hatch, I was reading the chat, to the pallet and drop it, pre-drop it, which is really important because now the Springtrap has to try and hit a shot or just insta-break it, which breaking it breaks Bloodlust and allows me to get it further ahead and buys me some distance.
I like the pre-drop. Nice dodge.
So right here, I think I made a mistake because I think I had enough distance to make it to this pallet over here, which I knew should have been up because I was in main chasing over here, right? One thing you want to do is just watch other areas that you can rotate to and see if there's a resource there while you're safe and chase and you can afford the camera movement. So I think if I had enough distance to that, he already threw his axe, so it would have just been M1. Could have threw it down, played 50s. But I'm kind of glad I went here because I got one of the best clips I've ever gotten, TBH.
Ooh!
And then he got auto aim there. That's just unlucky. Like, I should have died there, honestly.
Now we know why Rebecca's hair is so short, right, guys? It was Springtrap. Gave her the haircut. This is so well played. I feel like I can cry.
Like, imagine you watch somebody's content and then they watch one of your chases. You're like, this is so beautiful, I could cry. Like, dude, I'm just over the moon right now.
I feel like I can cry. I feel like I can cry.
So, right there, I think was also a misplay. Because I was waiting for him to pull up the axe. But the moment he pulled it up, I could have rotated around this box and crouched it. And then continued to loop it more. But I got lucky with a dodge there. And I just won the 50 because I was in the middle of the, like, kind of row there. And he thought I was going to rotate around the trash can instead of these boxes.
I want to cry. Oh!
And then this is the most unfortunate part of this chase. Because like I said before earlier in the video, this is the first chase I had with him. And I was playing on stream with people, but we weren't on comms. So I didn't know that they had Spirit Fury and I didn't know they had BAM. So if I knew he had BAM, I wouldn't have played for the vacuum there because you can see over here his axe is still on the ground and I could have just pre-dropped it and then maybe made the pallet behind main if it was there or rotated back to inside of main where that pallet was I was talking about, where that table was.
No! And he survives it.
So what I did was when a killer is in the Spirit Fury animation, if you run into them, they don't have collision. So you can kind of fake them out by running in and then running back. Because to them, it looks like you ran past them. It's like an FOV manipulation.
Honestly, this end of the chase was wow. This very end of the chase here was chef's kiss. Good job. I feel like the only criticism I have, well, actually, I don't think I have any criticisms. Like, the only quote-unquote bad play that you did...
Yeah, look, somebody in chat said, outplayed by Perk is my favorite part.
was not make the first best decision, but instead make the second best. You know, and this was a doomed chase. Again, that's the dynamic of doomed chases. In situations like these, and by doomed chases I mean chases that will go nowhere because your teammates are all dead. There's nothing to be gained from a long chase, right? In doomed chases, the pressure is on the survivor because the killer doesn't have anything else to worry about. So again, even though the killer would just be sitting here holding the axe forever, you know, it changes the whole dynamic of this play. Because then he goes for it as soon as he sees him putting it down, and then the killer goes for the axe again, which I don't think he would have went for this if it wasn't a doomed chase. But overall, very nice. I'm gonna give this one a 9. Very well played.
Alrighty, and that is going to be all for today. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.